religious persecution in this country. It is non-existent. We don't want it to exist in anybody's mind.
Information and National Orientation Minister says no religious persecution in any part of Nigeria as speculated.
The First Lady would like to dedicate this award to every Nigerian woman, youth, and children.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu bags 2024 Woman of the Year Award. Pan-Niger Delta Forum calls for dialogue to resolve Rivers State political crisis, says stakeholders should prioritize dialogue over legal battles. Hello and thanks for joining us on the news at 11 on NTA News 24. I am Comforts Fashim. Information and National Orientation Minister Muhammad Idris has clarified that there is no religious persecution in any part of Nigeria as being speculated in some quarters. The minister was reacting to reports that some Nigerians in the United States are suggesting a case of persecution of a particular religion in parts of the country. Information Minister also explained that a special committee, as indicated by President Bola Tinubu recently, would address all of these issues when constituted.
I'm not aware, as we speak, that a particular religion or a particular ethnic group is being targeted for elimination or for violence by the other. I think that that mischaracterization is very worrisome, and government feels that there is the need for us to come together, Muslims, Christians, all the leaders to come together to address this permanently. But let me put it out there that indeed Mr. President has been working to ensure that there is security for everyone. Of course, we are not yet there. It's not yet El Dorado. It's not as if this has been totally, the insecurity, the situation in the country has been totally taken care of. But we know that with the kind of effort we are making in the last 2 years, it has drastically reduced. Nigeria is a country of God, where we all believe in God, Christians, Muslims. We cannot allow one particular religion to suffer as a result of the belief of the other one. Your freedom, everybody is granted his freedom, but of course your freedom must end where the other person's own begin. This is the message of Mr. President. The committee will be put in place. It's still work in progress. Everyone will participate to ensure that we have a peaceful Nigeria. But we want to say that there is nothing like religious persecution in this country. It is non-existent. We don't want it to exist in anybody's mind.
The House of Representatives, through its Public Accounts Committee, has recovered 28.7 billion naira from 2 oil companies indebted to the Federation accounts. House spokesman Akin Rotimi, in a statement, says the committee is currently investigating 45 oil companies collectively owing the federal government $1.7 billion in outstanding liabilities as contained in the audit report released by the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation for the 2021 financial year. The House notes that Coras Energy Limited remitted 1.2 billion naira, while Seplat Production Development Limited fully settled its obligation of 27.6 billion naira, all paid in dollars between 10th and 14th of March 2025. Meanwhile, the Public Accounts Committee has also recovered 199.3 million naira from the 2 Nigerian banks, being unremitted value-added tax on transactions processed via the Remita platform between March and October 2015. The House of Representatives says it remained committed to upholding financial discipline and safeguarding public resources in national interests. The House of Representatives Subcommittee on Public Assets investigating public-private partnership arrangements in the country has carried out a physical assessment of organizations in Tinkan Island and Apapa in Lagos State. The committee, led by its chairman, Representatives Uche Okonwo, visited 9 companies on Thursday, the 6th of March 2025, 6 in Tinkan Island and 3 in Apapa, where it's directed that 2 out of the 9 companies be sealed for refusing to grant audience to the committee.
Getting the PPP and lease agreements for the lease lands on the MPA. The committee is here. I'm here with my colleagues. We're here to do on-site assessments for companies in which have tied agreements with the MPA. And we're here to look at the fact that what they are signed up for in the agreements, that's what they're actually doing.
The committee is to invite the management of these companies at a later date for the review of their submitted documents. President Bola Tinubu is committed to the completion of the ongoing federal road project across the country before the end of his first tenure in office. The Minister of State for Works, Bello Muhammad Goranyo, stated this while inspecting sections 2 and 3 of the ongoing dualization of Zaria, Funtua, Gusau, Sokoto Road project. Jamilu Ibrahim has more.
The dualization of Zaria Funtua South Sokoto Road project was awarded by the federal government in 2023 and commenced in 2024 under the Road Infrastructure Development and Refurbishment Tax Credit Scheme. The Minister of State for Works, Bello Muhammad Goranyo, has paid an assessment visit to the project in response to the marching order given by President Bola Tinubu to ensure that the work is executed in accordance with the specifications and completed within the stipulated time frame.
And then to also look at the possibility of asphalting the road that is badly damaged so as to reduce the number of road accidents.
The minister, accompanied by the permanent secretary in the ministry, Olufunsho Adibe, and the controllers of works in charge of Sokoto and Zamfara State, took time to meticulously assess the progress of the sections 2 and 3 of the road, starting from Talata Mafara Colony in Zamfara State to Sheme in Katsina State, covering about 180 kilometers. He interacted with the site engineers who generally identified their major challenges.
Mainly security, which is they work on it, and there is a quite improvement on it. And we was facing some challenges of compensations, of relocation of some facilities.
The security situation is improving with the collaboration of both federal and state government. And I can assure you that Mr. President is very passionate about this road because it's linking about 5 to 6 states. The issue of compensation is squarely in the hands of the state governors, and we are pursuing it vigorously.
Meanwhile, the recent improvement in the security situation along the busy Trunk A Road is expected to fast-track the execution of the project, and the minister and the contracting firms are confident that the work will be completed in record time. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has bagged the 2024 Woman of the Year award. The award was conferred on her by the independent newspapers in Lagos. SEDA's correspondent Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
The award, as the 2024 Woman of the Year, is conferred on the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu in recognition of her numerous impact on women and other key segments of the society, not only as the First Lady of Nigeria, but also as a former legislator and wife of a governor. Receiving the award, the First Lady, represented by wife of the Speaker, House of Representatives, Fatima Tajuddin Abbas, noted that the honor would spur her to do more for Nigerians.
The First Lady would like to dedicate this award to every Nigerian woman, youth, and children who contribute to the growth of our beloved nation.
Former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Olabode George, made the presentation on behalf of the organizers.
The awardees, may the Almighty God ensure that this award you are taking tonight will add more value. So our nation, Nigeria, will get to that level that the Almighty God has promised us.
Also at the award, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde got the Man of the Year award, while former APC National Chairman Chief Visa Kunde got the Lifetime Award alongside 27 other achievers. In Lagos, Adini Itaiwo, NTA News.
Beyond the theory, tools and practicals of the engineering profession comes a time when hard work and dedication gain deserved recognition. Ayodeji Makinde reports that 178 engineers were conferred with a prestigious fellowship award of the Nigeria Society of Engineers.
One society, 86 branches, 25 divisions and 75,000 plus members. Additionally gathered here are experts in different fields of engineering with years of experience, brimming with excitement and all decked in gowns and hats. They were conferred with the prestigious fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers with a renewed call on them to promote Nigerian content in all ramifications. First female president and chairman in council of the Nigeria Society of Engineers, Margaret Oguntala, aligns a charge to the new conferees with the 2025 World Engineering Day, urging them to be torchbearers of progress who will champion quality and advocate for sustainable development with the rising influence of artificial intelligence.
With this recognition, they will be motivated to do even more, and it's not just about contributing to the national development, it's also about mentoring younger ones.
There is a serious gap in our infrastructural development, and the charge to them is for all of them to get involved.
So many engineers are now part of the governance system, and that is inspiring enough for the young ones to come up because they serve as a model for the young ones.
The rank of fellowship remains the highest standard of recognition for these experts who are a unique breed of professionals. They have paid their dues, risen through the ranks, and now there is a huge expectation on them to improve all spheres of the engineering profession from Nigeria to the rest of the world. In Abuja, Ayodeji Makinde, NTA News.
Other news at 11 is reaching you on NTA News 24. We have more reports, but after the break. Stay with us.
Introducing Clean, the National Orientation Agency's AI voice and text assistant. For easy access to up-to-date information on government policies, programs, and activities, National Orientation Agency, NOA, introduces AI voice and text assistant. Log on to www.noa.gov.ng, click on the Clean icon and ask away. Hello Clean. What are the federal government programs on agriculture?
Federal government policies on agriculture. 1. Dry Season Farming Initiative. Objective: to increase food production and ensure food security by utilizing irrigation systems for farming during the dry season. Scope: the initiative aims to cover 7,000 hectares across various states in Nigeria.
Access Clean by visiting the National Orientation Agency's website at www.noa.gov.ng.
A Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, has called for dialogue to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State. The forum, at a media briefing in Abuja, urged the stakeholders to prioritize dialogue over legal battles. The chairman of PANDEF's Peace and Reconciliation Committee, Obong Victor Atta, and PANDEF chairman, Ambassador Godknows Bolade Igali, said the dialogue remained the best path to lasting peace. They disclosed that the forum's engagement with President Bola Tinubu was not solely about political disputes, but also about fostering stability in the South-South region.
Discussion and resolution is far superior to that obtained from a court judgment.
We have no other interest than win-win in Rivers State. Governor Sim will benefit from it. His Excellency the former minister, governor, who is now a minister, will benefit from it. There's no need for us to pretend that all is well. And after everything, we hope that these efforts will still yield fruit.
Rivers State House of Assembly says, contrary to insinuations in the social media, the House is poised to making sacrifices that will ensure good governance and smooth administration in the state. Chairman, House Committee on Information, NMA George, at a news briefing in Port Harcourt, appealed to well-meaning citizens to urge Governor Siminalayi Fubara to adopt the appropriate channel to ensure the state's budget is presented to the House and passed into law. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
The Supreme Court judgment on the Rivers State political crisis puts a responsibility on the state government to represent its budget to the rightfully constituted House of Assembly before it can assess its share of the federal revenue. The State House of Assembly had, after the judgment, issued a 48-hour ultimatum to Governor Fubara to represent the 2025 budget. The governor, in response, says he will implement the court verdict when he receives the certified true copy of the judgment. But the House is accusing the governor of not being sincere towards the resolution of the matter, noting that the concerns of the workers, pensioners, the sick, and others who depend on the state fund is dear to them.
He claimed that he had sent a letter to the House of Assembly indicating his intention to visit and present the appropriation bill. A claim we found rather astonishing, as no such letter was received by the House of Assembly. His aides later alleged that they forwarded a letter through WhatsApp to some members of the House, which was also awkward, unprofessional, and embarrassing. It is now very obvious that if at all there was such a letter, the intended recipient was not the legislature, not the House of Assembly, but the public. And the clear intention was to play to the gallery.
The House also noted that since the Supreme Court judgment has invalidated appointments made by the governor, the Assembly also wrote that he should resubmit a list of his appointees, regretting that the governor rather has instructed the appointees to go to court.
All of us must join hands to plead with the governor to do the right thing in the right and lawful way. So our states, our allowances have been seized for about a year and 6 months now. We still continue to suffer. Yet, we are resolved to put all this behind us in the interest of our state.
It will be recalled that Governor Fubara had written to the Speaker expressing his intention to present the budget on the 19th of March to the State House of Assembly. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
The African Development Bank, AFDB, and the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IITA, have reaffirmed their commitment to transforming Africa's agricultural landscape. This comes after the signing of a €5 million grant agreement in Abuja to support the continuation of Phase 2 of the Technologies for African Agricultural Transformation Program. Musa Baba Aliu has the details.
This marked the launch of the second phase of the Technologies for African Agricultural Transformation TAT program, overseen by the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. Both organizations will provide a grant of €5 million to enhance agricultural technologies, increase food production, and foster economic growth on the continent.
This additional financing of the TAT program that we are signing today is building on Phase 1, which the African Development Bank funded with $40 million, and Phase 2 with $27 million to scale up agricultural innovations, strengthen food security, and enhance climate resilience across the continent.
TAT Phase 2 aims to accelerate the delivery of improved crop varieties, mechanization, digital advisory services, and sustainable farming practices to smallholder farmers. The TAT program is assisting smallholder farmers in boosting their productivity and income while reducing Africa's dependence on food imports.
Through TAT, we have already witnessed the impact-driven the impact science-driven solutions in enhancing productivity, improving livelihoods, and strengthening food systems.
Since its inception, the TAT program has made significant strides in promoting the adoption of high-yielding and climate-resilient crop varieties, along with improved agronomic practices benefiting millions of smallholder farmers across Africa. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The National Center for Technology Management, NACETM, says Nigeria will be saving about $5 billion annually through the federal government's digital migration of filing processes and governance. Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NACETM, Dr. Olushola Odusanya, stated this in Abuja at a workshop organized by the agency hinged on the application of systems thinking and systems dynamics for transforming public policy making process. The NACETM's DG, Director General, Dr. Odusanya, said the migration of filing processes from analog to digital will save the country several billions of naira, pointing out that with the digitization of processes, the efficiency of the system and services delivery will improve and people can have better lives. President of the African University of Science and Technology, Professor Azikiwe Onwalu, highlights systems thinking as a significant challenge in Nigeria, where decisions are often made without considering the broader implications on the entire system. According to Professor Onwalu, this lack of systems thinking can lead to unintended consequences and underscores the need for a more integrated approach to decision-making in Nigeria.
The process that will ensure that people think within systems and they understand systems thinking and apply it in their daily lives. We expect to also precipitate a systems dynamic society in Abuja.
If we are operating in a system, it means that as we are implementing policies, we have monitoring, evaluation, and learning systems that will enable us to have feedback. And then it is from the feedback that you now correct what has gone wrong.
System thinking should be taught in schools because it allows us in general to be better humans. Being able to recognize the concept of feedback even when we talk to somebody else is going to allow us to be better listeners.
One of the key aspects of the money of the agency when it comes to science and tech is how to help different systems, engineering systems, social systems, and policy systems to do better by gaining new tools, methodologies, and applications.
This is the news at 11 on NTA News 24. Here is another look at our top stories.
Like religious persecution in this country, it is non-existent. We don't want it to exist in anybody's mind.
Information and National Orientation Minister says no religious persecution in any part of Nigeria is speculated.
The First Lady would like to dedicate this award to every Nigerian woman, youth, and children.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu bags 2024 Woman of the Year award. Niger Delta Forum calls for dialogue to resolve River State's political crisis. It says stakeholders should prioritize dialogue over legal battles.
This is NTA News 24.
Newcastle United on Sunday defeated Liverpool 2-1, securing their first major trophy since 1955. Newcastle broke the deadlock just before halftime when defender Dan Burn headed in a goal from a corner in first half stoppage time. In the second half, Alexander Isak doubled their lead in the 52nd minute, capitalizing on a defensive lapse by Liverpool. And the Reds struggled to respond effectively as Federico Chiesa pulled one back in the injury time. The final whistle confirmed Newcastle's 2-1 victory, ending their 70-year wait for a major trophy. The Guardian reports.
In glorious black and white, the winners are Newcastle United.
And that concludes the news at 11 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Comfort Fashion.